Hello everyone, welcome to an analysis of dance, where we discuss the movements and debuts of the Billboard dance charts in immaculate detail, with in-depth reviews of each debut each week. Can I just say that this week has really continued to enforce my positive views on 2023 going forward? Yes, the top 10 still has a lot of stinkers, but go below that and you have a lot of really genuinely promising songs sticking around. And more importantly, this week might contain the most consistently strong set of debuts that I've seen on this series, possibly ever. That's not all, with one particular debut set to absolutely skyrocket next week. This means the week after will be interesting too. It's a great chain effect. But okay, let's get the worst part of the dance charts this year out of the way first, as I'm Good Blue by David Guetta and BB Rexa as seems stuck at number 1 for a long time. Even with a slight halt on radio, I just gotta hope this doesn't pull a Happy at 2.0 and stick around at number 1 the entire year. I mean, even if I don't like Hold Me Closer by Elton John and Britney Spears at number 2, it's not really got any chance to challenge anymore. Even with the surge in airplay, it's doing terribly on streaming, so I don't see this lasting long moving forward. Same deal with Cold Heart P&A remix by Elton John and Dua Lipa at number 3, which also got the year-end radio boost but seems precarious outside of that. What's interesting once again is Miss You by Oliver Tree and Robin Schulz at number 4, where even with Christmas exiting, still didn't return to the Hot 100 surprisingly. That being said, it's losing on radio with slowly falling streaming, so I don't see it being a bigger hit, thank God for that. No, what's more interesting comes in both Break My Soul by Beyonce surging back up to number 5 on year-end radio revival and strong streaming, but not only that, 1035 by Tiesto featuring Tate McRae has held really steady behind at number 6. Given this came back to the Hot 100 bubbling under at number 2, this is a clear indication that these songs are really close points wise and could see a lot of shifting over time. That means that these two managed to knock down BZ App Music Sessions Volume 52 by BZ App and Quevedo down hard to number 7, but really given it has no radio and streaming has moved on, likely to Shakira's Volume that has a chance to chart next week, it was long overdue to exit. Unfortunately, the bottom 3 of the top 10 remained the exact same, with Numb by Marshmello and Khalid at number 8 on streaming, Metamorphosis by Into World at number 9 on streaming, and Murder on My Mind by Cordell on number 10 on, yeah, you guessed it, streaming. These are all here for the same reason, not really anything to add here. But what definitely needs to be added to the conversation are our full Lofts, and yes, while I am sad that Turn on the Lights Again by Fred Again, Swedish House Mafia and Future finally exited, it did stick around longer than I expected, and hey, if it's going to take Vendetta by Mupp and Saffron after a very respectable 26 weeks, and also snubbing Worst Day by Aladdin and Max from any year-end list spots, yeah, I shouldn't be that upset with Fred Again exiting, especially when he's got another debut to fill in the gaps. Our falls, meanwhile, seriously, what's going on with these? Outside of Ecstasy of Soul by Zed's Dead and Bruce continuing down to 39, the rest just seem to come out of nowhere. I mean, I'm definitely not complaining that Belle Mercy by Zengi lost all of the gains to 26, or Simply the Best by the Blackout Peas and Nidra and El Alpha finally lost on pop radio down to 38, but Miss You by Selfstar lost all of its gains back down to 31, just wonderful. The song I do want to highlight though is Chill Like That by Sunday Scaries and Pickup Lines down to 46. I honestly thought it would have a lot more staying power and would be a lot bigger, but somehow it hasn't yet, which is kind of unfortunate because the song's kind of grown on me a little bit. I actually quite like it now. But on the topic of growers, our jumps and comebacks, where the only comeback was Pump It Louder by the Black Eyed Peas and Tiesto at 49, which I still unironically really like, and even if the comeback confuses me, I'll definitely take it. What's more notable comes in our jumps, all of which are in the middle portion of the charts as certain songs fluctuate all over the place for position. I mean, you could have seen Cafe Con Leche by Pitbull up to 23 coming. That song's run has defied all logic at this point, but the rest, well, they're actually really great songs, actually getting all welcome traffic. Drugs from Amsterdam by Mal Peter 25, All By Myself by Alex Segala and Ellie Goulding rebounding nicely to 27, Believe by A-Craze featuring Good Boys finally getting a huge surge up to 34, and shockingly Lionheart Fearless by Joel Corey and Tom Grennan surging up with it to 35. I mean, I don't know if the last of those will be a hit, but God, I really wanted to smash through and do well. It would be amazing to see. And onto our debuts, and fair warning, given the insane quality consistency, I was struggling for so long for what to call the worst of the week. They're all worth your time. Anyways, let's get started with number 47, Revolution by John Summit. Okay, so I'll admit, Show Me has grown on me a little bit since I reviewed it. Still not an amazing song, and I'm not surprised to underperform considerably, but I have grown to like the calmer approach it goes for, especially with Hannah Boleyn's pretty vocals. Fast forward to now, we get a new single charting even higher, and yeah, this is really damn good too. What surprised me was this leans more towards intense bass heavy techno, with some really nice acid stems against this heavy percussion line and vocal samples that, while repetitive, do add to the vibe quite well. It's a very dystopic sounding song, which with that title makes complete sense. I really dig what John Summit was doing here. Not much more to add, it's well paced at 4 minutes, somehow it doesn't feel overly dragged out, just a damn good techno song. I'll take it. Number 28, Blackout by Mora?
Mi cama no espera, el corazón se acelera, tú eres mi otra mitad. Vámonos de aquí.
Seeing the shocked reaction by chart watchers to this crossing over to the dance chart certainly was interesting, especially given Mora is a Puerto Rican rapper and producer who is most well known nowadays for appearing on an album cut from Bad Bunny's Yo Haga Lo Que Me De La Gana that didn't even chart on the Hot 100. Charming. But okay, this single seems to be really blowing up for Mora. I was curious going in, and wow, I get the hype behind this. It's goddamn great. For starters, the mood the song creates is absolutely incredible, where it feels like you're in a dark, futuristic looking club with some really gorgeous synth production against a calmer beat and tons of melodic flourishes that really add to the vibe immaculately. The second drop is also really damn satisfying to listen to, as the punchiness of the kick drums really picks up and delivers a hard-hitting payoff. I also get a lot of 808s and Heartbreak era Kanye West vibes with this, especially when the distortion covers the auto-tune vocals before the second drop. I mean, that combined with the single art that is basically Donda 2.0, Mora might be subtly hinting his influences here. Charming. Combine that with the lyrics talking about an intimate moment Mora shares with a mysterious woman where he really wants to break conventions and enjoy the moment. Yeah, this is really goddamn strong. A great club banger that feels timeless. Fantastic song, really hope this sticks around. Number 18, Picture by SLANDER, Alison Wonderland, and Set the Sky. God, this is just going to be the week of surprises, isn't it? I mean, I knew this song would chart courtesy of the combined fan bases of all three artists, but it being SLANDER and Alison Wonderland's second highest charting songs plus Set the Sky's biggest, kind of insane to me, not gonna lie. But okay, I had expectations for this, even if that last SLANDER album was pretty mediocre, and yeah, I really enjoyed this one too, albeit not as much as most of the songs on Alison Wonderland's last album. The production goes for a much more relaxed, low-key brand of meld-up for one, which I'm an easily sell for, but not only does SLANDER's presence feel a lot more defined, especially on the drops, which had a very distinct percussion style that SLANDER is known for, but Set the Sky also delivers some fantastic atmosphere to complement the beat here. The verses are really spacious with some really nice synths, and a switch to garage on the second verse is a welcome change of pace. This whole song is just really pretty to listen to. I'll give credit to everyone involved. I will also say, for someone who doesn't usually sing on this kind of production, Alison Wonderland really delivers here vocally. She's got a very pretty voice, and the vocal production makes her feel really at home along this song's large atmosphere. Now, I will say it's not the most exciting or original songs, and I do get the critiques of it being a bit boring and the drops feeling a little bit lacking in punch, but honestly I really like this regardless. It's very beautiful, relaxed, and shows the best of what these three names can offer together. This is really damn solid, but if you want the triplet collaboration that works way more for me is likely to surge next week. Number 15, Rumble by Skrillex, Fred Again, and Flowdan.
Run for them life. When I step into the jungle, say they wanna group up. They better move up, never gonna win a Royal Rumble. But when I come through, you know what I love to. I send shots for your team and leader. I make a witness decide to vacate. The war's getting sweet just like a Ribena.
You just know you've got a bona fide hit on your hands when the song not only becomes one of Fred Again's most streamed songs in under a week, but that it also had so much insane momentum that off of 2 days of tracking, yes, 2, it was able to debut in the top 15. Regardless of what you think of the song, this kind of insane hyper momentum is absolutely not something to sleep on, especially with the knowledge that this is likely to be the biggest hit of 2 of the 3 artists. But okay, with all that in mind, is the hype here equal to the quality? Well, duh. Of course it is. Let me start with the production here that is so goddamn close to perfect. Go for an intense blend of garage and UK dubstep to create one of the most genuinely menacing tracks they hit the dance charts in some time. It's a track that uses the empty space really effectively to build tension before the speaker-destroying bass just comes in and sounds absolutely sublime, especially on headphones. Combine that with Skrillex's signature chipmunk vocal passages and the absolutely badass delivery from Flowdan, who I really have to apologize for first being exposed to through Gas Up. He's a really good rapper and you can really blame Subtronics for why that song is trash. Yeah, this song shows the best of all 3 artists. It's got the intense abstract dubstep adjacent sound that Skrillex nails, the insane sound design and satisfying payoffs that Fred Again nails, and the hype energy and tightly constructed verses that Flowdan nails. It's just a goddamn banger across the board. Absolutely fantastic song. Really glad that this is looking set to be absolutely huge. And yeah, easy best of the week, not even a contest. That being said, wow, this week was fantastic. There's not a single debut here I don't like. Unfortunately, worst of the week is probably going to Picture Temperature by SLANDER, Alison Wonderland, Set the Sky, but even then it's more in the fact that it doesn't blow me away like the other songs do. In any other week it would be a highlight at the very least. It's a really good song. Next week, expect Rumble to surge, but there's also the very real possibility of the newest Bizarrap volume with Shakira debuting quite high. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's all for this episode of An Analysis of Dance. See you next time.